Good morning, everybody. I'm here with Byron Lazine, and we're going to talk about reinventing teams. We're going to talk about new team structure. And we're going to first of all ask Byron, talk about your journey with teams and how you got to the point that you are at.
When I started my career, I wanted to build a team from day one. Saw the model emerging. Companies like William Raveis, yourself, Al, and many others really invented teams 35 years ago. And it wasn't until maybe the last 10 or 15 years that teams became really commonplace in the industry. And when I look at a team, I look at a company inside of a company that really fits and helps grow that team's model. So when I came to William Raveis, the choice was clear. I want to be with a company that's going to allow me to really be an operator of my business, not just a middling team where you've got a couple of agents and you're sending them referrals or overflow work, but truly grow and invest in people and grow their business. And that's going to take accountability, training. The accountability and acknowledgement is going to start with me as the team leader. And if that doesn't resonate throughout the organization, you're not going to have a team at the end of the day.
Yeah, see, what I like about what you've done, you come here as an individual agent, and now you have developed yourself into a team of about 40, 50 agents.
That's right.
Something in the year, $150 million. And then you come with an idea, you move down to Florida where we are, and you have this network of people, and you meet somebody who's got $200 million in team, and then voila, your thinking starts going on. We start talking. Let's talk about what happened in the next steps.
Yeah, there's a lot of team leaders. Florida is a great example of some of the team leaders that I'm talking to there that have built a great brand. It's truly a brand that the community resonates with, but they're thinking about how do I scale this so I'm not vulnerable with, say, 8 or 10 agents. I don't want a revolving door in my business, and I'm thinking about maybe even the last chapter. Even if the last chapter is 20 years from now, how am I going to, what's that book going to look like at the end? Am I going to be able to, at some point, get out of production if that's a goal? Or am I going to truly stay in production because I love it, but have somebody or a system that's really operating and training the rest of the agents while I'm doing what I love, which may happen to be listing appointments? It depends on the team leader's goals, but a lot of team leaders can't see what the end of that business might look like, or just the next evolution, and scaling is going to be how they get there.
Well, I have been involved with teams for 35 years, and most teams don't know how to run teams.
Yeah.
They're very poor at it. And what I like about what your concept is you will provide discipline, accountability, team structure, basically go in and be a COO for a team. Talk a little bit about your concept of Raveis Premier Teams.
Yeah, RPT is an operating system. This isn't coaching. Well, you nailed it, right? Being the operator alongside of that team leader. It's going to start with the team leader acknowledging that they've got to have accountability each and every day, or they're not going to be able to grow something special. But as you can't just go out there and recruit, hey, I've got the best thing, and it's an empty promise. There's plenty of brokerages that will do that out there. You've got to build something really unique and special in how you're going to train and hold agents accountable. Agents want to be held accountable because they want to grow their individual business. And if they're in the right environment to do that, then you can pour gasoline on the recruiting fire. Then you can go out there, and that's really going to take care of itself with the right system if you've got the promise and you're meeting the promise inside of the team when they get there.
So theoretically, you would help a team, say a $100 million team, $200 million team. You would be actually their chief operating officer, all the accountability. Tell us what you would do as inside a team for a team leader.
We're going to find out where you want to end up.
Yeah.
And RPT is not going to be for a team leader that wants to stay on the flat line. It's for the team leader that wants to scale and create something that's not going to be vulnerable to disruption, no matter where that disruptor comes from. And you're going to need more agents to do that. You're going to need better systems for them to follow. You're going to need accountability built into those systems. We're going to go step by step and build each element of the business with the team leader. It'll start with their plan of where they want to be. Some agents, some team leaders, it's going to be, I want 100% out of production. I want to be able to check in on reports. I want this team to operate. I've got great experience and skills that I can transfer into these systems, and I just don't want to go on listings and go on buyers anymore. I want to help other agents build something special and unique.
So what I see too is that you encouraging hiring newer agents who are not scaling very high on the commission schedules, but you're going to be giving them plenty of to do with a lot of business. So therefore the margins for the team leader will be much better under the programs that you're talking about. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, a lot of team leaders that are doing the majority of the production, they have no margin on the other agents. It's just the leads or the clients they don't want to deal with.
Right.
Right? I say this a lot. There's only 100 ways to split a dollar bill.
Right.
Not a lot of people realize that, but there's only 100 pennies in a dollar bill. So what's going to make sense for everybody to win in that environment? Now, if you're going to be a single agent or an agent in a brokerage or a team, whatever the case may be, if you're truly going to build a business as a 1099, you're going to have expenses in that business, right? 100% doesn't exist no matter what. Even if you're on 100%, you're going to have expenses. So can you go into something a little bigger, something that's figured out those expenses in a better way, leverage that, and then leverage all of the lead opportunities that you're going to get into the team? If you're somebody starting out your business and you have no leads and you don't know what to spend your money on, you're going to want to be part of one of these teams. And then as you climb the ladder within that team, you will make more money because you'll have a sphere of influence, you'll have past clients, and those transactions for the agent are going to be much more profitable than the team leads that they built that career with over the first 3 or so years. You're going to need a book of 100 past clients to start your annuity as an agent. And you can take 10 or 15 years, like a lot of agents do, to get those first 100 clients, or you can do it in your first 3 years by joining a team. Specifically an RPT team, and ramp up your business. So then you've got, the numbers are 20%. You're going to have 20% of that book referring you automatic business each year. That automatic business that the agent generates is going to be more profitable for them. They're going to be able to supplement that business with the team leads, and everybody in that environment, in that culture, is going to win.
So you would bring somebody who's 100, 200 million, you would restructure their team with newer agents who would therefore give the margins, a better margin for the team leader. So part of your value is to give them more value within the team leader, more value within their team, more cash flow within their team. So if they wanted a $200 million team, you can bring them a $300 million, $400 million, whatever. And the cost of doing business is less because the margins are going to be better for them with their newer agents. Speak to that a little bit.
Bill, you know better than anybody. This is a low margin business.
I know.
This is not a high.
That's why we have 5,000 people working here. Okay.
It's not a high margin business. So you've got to scale it at some point unless you want to be on every single appointment. The best way to have a high margin is you do 100% of the work and you keep everything for yourself. That's not building something great.
Right.
That's being very much in a by yourself, right? You want to really impact other people's lives and build something big. You're going to have agents, to your point, that want to build with you, that really need to build a career. The Malcolm Gladwell book, right? Outliers. You need 10,000 hours to do something great, right? You need experience, and you got to jam it in those first 3 years of somebody's career. You stretch it out over time and stretch that 10,000 hours and it takes you 10 years, you probably will have quit real estate at some point within those first 10 years. So it is about getting agents that are really hungry in the beginning of their career to build. And if you've built the right culture, they'll stick with you because it's a math problem. I love the culture here. I love what they've built. I'm more profitable now on my sphere. And the math to go over somewhere else for a couple percent doesn't make any sense when all my expenses are being absorbed by the team. I've got no risk. I can focus on what I love to do, which is help people buy and sell real estate. I don't have to go out and get 2 extra percent because it would be foolish to do that.
Right. So talk about your team structure and the discipline that you have in your team structure. Give me a Monday to a Friday with your team.
Listen, when we talk about newer agents, it doesn't mean you take 100% of them. You probably are taking less than 10% of the agents that are applying for the team because they've got to be a great culture fit first. Right. They're going to do a lot of hard work. This isn't for the part-time agent. So we don't have part-time agents. We have people that are committed to what we call our new agent program, which Monday through Thursday is 9 to noon. That starts with a 9 a.m. role play. It includes digging into your CRM from 9:30 to 11 and specific training each day from 11 to 12 so that you're getting that experience right off the bat before you ever accept your first lead. Now you're accepting leads very quickly, but you're getting trained every single day on how to engage with those leads, how to convert those leads when you get into the game, which is the afternoon. You've got to practice. There isn't any great athlete or anybody doing something special that's not practicing their craft each and every single day, that's not putting in the hours. And then on top of that, hey, are you going to do everything? Are you going to wear 27 different hats? Are you going to be the best marketer, the best transaction coordinator, the best listing coordinator, the best negotiator, the best at paperwork, the best at 27 different things? Or are you going to be part of a structure that's got that figured out, right? A new agent shouldn't really have to figure out how to schedule photography. They're there to help people buy, sell, and invest in real estate. They should be the best at that, the best educator for the consumers at that one thing. But uploading documents to the MLS doesn't make them great at converting income for their family. Put them in the best position to succeed, and they'll make team agents across the country in a model like this will make 6 figures plus every single year. So
your administrative staff, talk about how you see teams, administrative staffs, marketing, social media, administrative. How do you allocate that to a team?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time your team leader is going to be the visionary, right, and be able to understand that community and how they should react to market changes in that community and different marketing messages and things like that. Somebody's got to be the operator, right? And so we can help with that. We can help put that operating structure, that system into place. And you're going to need somebody that's going to focus on those new agents. They've got to be able to report to somebody 9 to noon. It's not the operator, and by the way, it's not the team leader. It's going to be somebody else. RPT is going to help with that because there's not going to be somebody there on day one. You need to have great leaders, and that's the struggle. That's why teams have failed time and time again, is the team leader doesn't know how to lead other leaders.
Right.
The RPT system helps you do just that. That's
the brilliant part of what we're doing here. See, the reinventing of teams is basically having somebody come in and run this team, and you actually be whatever you want to be. Team leader, you want to be the marketer, you want to be the lister, you want to be the seller, whatever you want to be. You have now a partner embedded within your team that is different than it's ever been anywhere, anytime. This is a beautiful part I like about this, is because it's reinventing teams. And most of these teams don't know how to be teams. Yeah. So therefore, when somebody's at a $200 million team, okay, they've done really well, but there's a point where they need help. This is the help coming in. The cavalry's coming in here, Byron, okay? We're gonna help you develop a team. So bringing somebody from 200 million to 300 million, 400 million, that's your job.
That's right.
Correct. That's their job, is to make sure that they're part of your vision. You're part of their vision, but you're the infrastructure for this group, whether it be the accounting system, their bookkeeping, their social media, the infrastructure. See, that has never been established in the United States. Somebody from the outside coming in and helping, not only just coaching, but operating.
There's a lot of coaching, great coaching models. I receive coaching all the time. Love coaching, and we're going to have to coach agents on these teams. But this is a true operating system to scale the team, bring those numbers up where it makes sense to give that team leader options in their life. And by the way, everybody in their organization is going to have options in their life, because it's going to, when you scale something, you have what's called a never-ending ladder. Instead of most teams where it's a step ladder, somebody's sitting on top and there's one rung, and you're never going to be able to advance past that position. Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing. And the other thing we're looking at is benefits for teams, whether it be a retirement fund, health care, disability. So we're all sort of part of the Raveis Premier Teams is looking for benefit packages here. It's a very, very exciting phase of our business. I'm so proud to be associated with you, and also to my associate with other guys that have been here for 30 years inventing teams. Now we're reinventing teams. And Byron's going to be off and running, I guess, in October. Yes?
That's right. And you know, Jeff Bezos always says, I'm going to put myself out of business before anybody else does, right? He has that thing where today's day one.
Yeah.
You invented teams, and it's smart to go ahead and be the one that reinvents them and puts a new model out there in the industry. So I'm honored to be a part of this.
Yeah, so we're going to do a good job.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.